I saw the kid next to me that had also fallen, that I was talking to, pass away in front of me down there.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Here is the biggest news of the year. The Astroworld tragedy is the biggest tragedy ever reported by the lawsuit. Many claim this tragedy to be the deadliest crowd-controlled disaster at a concert in the United States in many years. And now, Travis Scott is in hot water. Here is Travis Scott slammed with $750 million in claims over Astroworld tragedy. Number 4. Loss. Rapper Travis Scott is facing a $750 million lawsuit for the Astroworld Festival tragedy earlier in the month, which left 10 civilians dead and hundreds wounded. A study states that 125 people have filed compensation claims. Tony Busby, a Houston litigator who had earlier represented at least 35 event victims, filed the lawsuit. Travis Scott and event organizers are accused of extreme carelessness in the November 5th mayhem at Astroworld, according to the lawsuit. Busby expects to file an additional case with 100 more victims shortly, naming Live Nation, Epic Recordings, Drake, and iPhone as respondents for their roles in arranging the festival. In the complaint, Busby stated, "No sum of cash can ever make these victims happy, and no quantity of funds will return a person's existence." However, the penalties claimed in this lawsuit try to correct, assist, or compensate this plaintiff for the evils and damages they have incurred, which will be nothing more and nothing less. Scott, according to Busby, stirred up the riot because he has frequently applauded dance pit mayhem and called for audiences to beat one another. Number 3. Event. According to Busby, Scott and the event producers and organizers neglected to put in place safeguards to protect audience members. The family of Axel Acosta, 21, of Washington, who was one of the 10 people killed at the performance, is one of these Busby is supporting. Axel was smothered by the fomented, rebellious, and out-of-control audience, with such power that he couldn't breathe. It was with such strength that the oxygen in his chest was physically crushed out of him, driving his heart into cardiac arrest, Busby wrote. When Axel slumped, he was stomped by individuals who were struggling to avoid being squashed. The music continued to play and flood for over 45 minutes as he lay dying beneath a sea of humanity. We keep supporting and helping local regulators in their continuing investigation so that both the people who went and their relatives may obtain the information they desire and deserve, Live Nation said in a statement. He also added that any legal concerns will be addressed at the proper time. Number 2. Magazines. All the editors have removed all planned Travis and Kylie material from their website. But the magazine has already been produced, and they are now attempting to halt the delivery vehicles, one source informed the publication. In light of what transpired at Astroworld, the interview and cover lines are unsuitable, to say the least, they added. The magazines have yet to respond to the incident. After a 9-year-old kid was slain in a horrific crowd surge during Scott's concert in Houston, Nike stated on Monday that they will postpone their shoe release with him. When the clock before Scott's concert began, the boy was allegedly a great admirer of the rap star's songs and was perched on his father's shoulders. Tristan Blount, his dad, had earlier told ABC 13 that they stayed at the rear of the gathering because he felt it would be quieter. People began pressing as soon as Scott took the stage, according to Tristan. Number 1. Victims. Ezra suffered brain damage and collapsed to the floor, where he was quickly crushed by people in the crowd. Tristan stated he couldn't see Ezra anywhere when he awoke, so he hurried to the on-site medic tents and numerous hospitals. He subsequently went to the police and got a message from an investigator with a photo of his son, he claimed. As per a complaint filed by his relatives against Scott and the event's organizer, when he came to the hospital, he learned his son had suffered significant brain, heart, and liver failure after being booted, stomped on, and suffocated, and nearly asphyxiated. At least $1 million in damages is sought by the Blount family. Ben Crump, the family's attorney, said in a message that he was dedicated to obtaining answers and accountability on their behalf. The Blount family is mourning the inexplicable tragedy of their wonderful baby kid tonight, Crump added. This should not have happened because they took their child to a performance, which should have been a happy occasion. The death of Ezra is sad. With Ezra's demise, the total number of persons slain in the crowd surge has risen to 10. The deceased were aged 9 to 27 years old. Dozens more people were hurt. Officials in the city are looking into what prompted the chaos at the sold-out event, which drew roughly 50,000 people. Finner said the law enforcement was still in the initial phases of its inquiry and that he was not going to talk timeframes. It was when he was questioned about the timelines of the police reaction. It was after it became evident that things had turned violent. The timestamps and photographs were shown to the police department, and now Travis will have to bear the consequences. Well, that is all we have for you guys today, but we promise to come back to you with more amazing stuff. Till then, take care and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye!